Hi guys, welcome! The new hero class Sunlight was just released, and along with the release was the Child of the Sun card. In this video, join me as I craft the Child of the Sun card, and let's briefly analyze how will it affect the current meta, may it be in PvE or PvP. Alright, without further ado, let's begin. First, let's check the materials needed to craft the Child of the Sun card. So we need a Straw Star, Fire Resist card, Earth Resist card, 5k Nolan cards, 2k Gram Dust, and 2m Zenny. I still need a Fire Resist card and a Straw Star card. Let's craft a Fire Resist card. To craft this card, you need 3 Pasana card, 2k Gram Dust, and 5m Zenny. Next, let's craft the Straw Star. If you remember in my previous video, we managed to pull a Straw card from a Nolan roll. It was really timely. To craft a Straw Star, we need a Straw card, 2k Gram Dust, and 2m Zenny. Now, it's time to craft the Child of the Sun card. So the Child of the Sun card, aside from the plus 10% all type damage / elemental damage, it allows you to convert the armor type of your target to Dart when attacking by 10%, and lasts for 5 seconds. Whoa, it has a pretty cool art. Let's take a screenshot first so we can flex it to Baishu. Hahaha. Now, let's try the card. Let's do it in home dummy for convenience. First, we try it in Ronin. Ronin is one of the meta class in terms of PvE, especially in White Star airship runs. As you can see, it's converting fine, but is it really what we wanted? In my opinion, and this goes for all classes, if you are the main DPS for PvE, let the others do the converting for you, and just focus on maximizing your DPS. Since the Child of the Sun card is a weapon card, it eats up the slot of more important damage boosting cards like my North Star or another Drake Star card. This card is useful for PvE if you are the secondary DPS or any class that can apply the conversion easily, like LMX, Kalitzberg, Thor, etc. But if you play solo and have a Slave Priest that will buff and cast Aspersion to you, by all means use this card. That's all for PvE. Next, let's proceed to PvP. First, let's try it on Fenrir. On paper, if you don't have the Ancient Crystal, the card that converts your enemy's armor to fire, Child of the Sun card is a good alternative. The concept is, by converting your enemy's armor to dark, you can use silver arrows to make your attack holy and do double damage to dark element. First test, let's check our damage to a neutral target without the Child of the Sun card. We cast our buff, and let's not use any arrows. Our highest consistent damage is 22.2 million. Next, let's equip the Child of the Sun card, we cast our buff, and still attack without using any arrows. Our highest consistent damage is 24.9 million. The increase probably came from the plus 10% all type damage. And lastly, with the Child of the Sun card and self buff, we attack using silver arrows. Our highest consistent damage is 25.4 million, only a bit higher than without silver arrows. So what happened? First, let's establish that even with the Fenrir buff, that change your element to water, your element follows the element of the arrow you are wearing. Next, I think the damage difference is not that high because the water damage bonus plays a huge role in Fenrir's damage. So even if we use Holy while hitting Dark, the damage difference is not that far. Meaning, the water damage bonus almost gives a double damage to elements neutral to water element. Note that I'm not a Fenrir main. If you have a better explanation, please feel free to put it in the comment section below. But the verdict for now for Fenrir is, the Child of the Sun card is not good for him. Before we go to the next hero class, let's quickly mention a couple of hero classes that will also benefit from this card. First is Rat Greasy, since she can convert her attacks to holy. And second, speaking of converting attacks, the other hero class which I will say the most that will benefit from this card is Alenia. But she is not the best class to use this card, because the best user of this card is... You guessed it right! Our next subject, Jörmungandr. Jörmungandr I'd say is the best user of this card, not just in 6v6, but also in Guild Wars. Let's talk about Guild Wars first. One of Jörmungandr's problem during wars is the arrival of the rental gear, Caho's Asylum. which allows its users to have Tier 2 Fire Element armor. Thus, Tidal Set is required to mitigate the decrease in damage. If we recall, fire damage deals less damage to Tier 1 water, but not as bad as hitting Tier 2 fire. You can watch my video about this linked in the description below. Here's a quick example of hitting a Tier 2 fire element armor using fire attacks. My highest damage is only around 2.1 million. Now, imagine if you have the Child of the Sun card. You don't need to wear Tidal Set to convert your target's armor to Tier 1 water element. Once your target is converted to Dark, you are now dealing 100% of your damage by passing the Caho's Asylum effect. My highest damage now is around 4.7 million. And that's for Guild Wars. Now, let's move on to 6v6. Since Jörmungandr is the best ride for Elynia will greatly benefit from the Dark Armor conversion made by Jörmungandr. Because, as I mentioned earlier, Elynia can convert her attacks to Holy. So, Elynia can deal double damage to her targets. And Elynia don't need to use this card because she just needs to focus on maximizing her DPS instead of converting. In summary, in terms of 6v6 and Guild Wars, the best user of this card is Jörmungandr, and the one that will mostly benefit from this card is Elynia. Meanwhile, for PvE, secondary DPS can use this card to help their main DPS deal more damage, if you only have a normal buffer Saint. Note that I'm excluding Sunlight since we need more tests on her. Alright, that's it for now. Hope you learned something new today. Until next time, thank you for watching and see you in my next video.